Hi guys, so thought I'd be showing you some different stuff I was thinking of doing with the paint skins. I bought this wire at Michael's. It's super easy to bend. It's like a flat wire. And I had this idea, so I made a loop with it, and I'm going to just cut out, like I really like this part of the paint skin, so I was going to cut that out. I tried drawing on it with a pen, but it didn't really work, so I'm going to use a X-Acto knife to see if this will work. Maybe a bit better. Outside. There. So that comes out of there. I like the cells. So this is just the paint skin, and that's going to fit nicely in here, like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some resin, and with this one, so you can see how shiny the front is now. What I had done is I put the paint skin on some silicone mat, but then when I poured the resin on, it never really coated the back. So I had to flip it over, coat the back, which made this side dull again, and then flip it over. So this time I'm going to put the resin in here, let it dry a bit, then put the paint skin in, and then I'll put another coating of resin and see how that's gonna work. I'm excited for these because they're nice. You can get more cells and stuff with your paint skins than the tiny little jewelry. And we'll see how this goes. So like this could be a nice piece of artwork for the wall or whatnot, like a small scale canvas. So I'm gonna mix up some resin. Okay, so I thought I'd show you guys, so this is going to go inside of there, paint skin wise, but in order to put a base coat of resin, I'm going to use some tape to tape the back of this circle. So that. Put the tape down. So I'm kind of making a place for the resin to sit, I guess, with the Scotch tape. I've seen some other people do it, so this is the first time, so we're just gonna give it a try and see how it works out. Okay, so far so goodish. Just want to make sure that all that tape is sticking, so maybe you guys can see the tape is sticking to the circle. And this is just going to give it a space so it's a tight seal for the resin to sit in. So okay. There. So, got the tape. So if you guys can see, I have taped the back, and that is what I'm going to pour the resin into. So I just used some Scotch tape and taped this wire to it. So the wire is a flat wire, so it sticks up a little bit, so you guys can see that from the tape, so it should make a nice basin for the resin. And let's hope. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, welcome back, guys. So I'm using this board, which I've leveled. I mixed up some resin, so we're just trying to let the bubbles sit a bit. And I'm going to pour into my form. And I'm also going to cover this one with whatever leftover resin I have. So this board is sitting nice and level. It's also level this way and the other way-ish. So I'm going to fill this in with this resin, yeah, and just make like a nice thin coat, and then that way the back end of the paint will be covered when I put it in there. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. So I put packing tape. So it should be a nice strong seal. And yeah, let's just see how this goes. Pour some in here. Okay. Gets to all the edges. That's the nice part about having this flat wire, is that you have a little bit of edge to work with. Whereas on this one, I kind of just used jewelry wire, which was like this rounded wire. So there wasn't really an edge per se to work with. So that's why I'm giving this stuff a try. Okay. Looking good. So I have a nice clear coat. About halfway up that. Just gonna grab the torch for a few bubbles. And just like that, they disappear. Okay. So I'm gonna let that dry. And a little bit, I guess. Like I could put this in there. If I coated the back with resin, I could probably just plop it in there. It is fairly high. Okay. I'm going to, because I still have a lot of resin. Normally you just make like a thin layer and you'd leave it. I'm just gonna see. I think it'll be okay. Just taking a look at how thin it was. Just gonna let it dry for a little bit. I'm gonna put some resin on here to fill in the divots. Always wear gloves with resin. So as you can see, divot here, divot there. So I'm just going to use my fingers to kind of coat it. Because the middle part was already pretty good, it's just I had a couple divots. So I sanded it a little. And now I'm just going to coat it and make sure we get that divot on both sides, so it looks good. I think I know why the divot happened on that side, because this isn't exactly flat. A little piece of cardboard under. Okay, so I let this dry, and as you can see, super hard. I put the paint skin in, but what I should have done is I put it in and I kind of left it, so it's kind of stuck now. Because I should have coated the back of the paint skin, but I'm gonna try that on the next one. But I love the way this looks for the paint skins. So I'm gonna put a top coat on the front. So the paint skin is in. You can see the back, the tape's still on. And yeah, I'm gonna put a top coat on here. I've mixed up my resin. And we're gonna just basically seal that paint skin in there. I think it's gonna look pretty cool. So just going to, the reason I'm using this board is just because it's level. Let me put a bit more resin in there, because I don't mind if it domes a bit. Which would be nice. I'm just going to make sure it gets to all the edges. Should kind of self-level. Okay. Looks like it's at all the edges. And it's totally doming a little bit, which is awesome. So then we just take the torch, get the bubbles, you just got to make sure it doesn't flow over the sides. Okay, that looks pretty sweet. So I'm going to cover it and basically see what comes out at the end. Super excited about these new idea for paint skins. So stay tuned.